So we're back over here. I'm showing you again DHS. This is their satellite that stalks people. It's one of many. There's one there, and there's one over here. These are like hunter seekers, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. They're part of the Patriot Act, Bush family, lizard crew, Swiss Templar, Rosicrucians, whatever you want to fucking call them. Anyways, figured out something today. Look, people, the entire fucking justice system is so corrupt, it's not even funny. So if you're a TI, do the best you can and stay the fuck away from the cops, you know? Okay, so here's a piece of the puzzle. These gang stalkers are getting paid by drug money from Mexico and other countries. This is how George Soros is probably paying these motherfucking people to look the other way. So Mexican cartel, I guess, are Rosicrucians, right? I guess, whatever. So it's just unbelievably corrupt. Like I have explained, you're in a feudal system. At the top of the pyramid, you have the king, and you know who the king is. That's Lucifer. Then you have the nobility, which is the Illuminati, your drug lords and your cartel. Okay? They're very, very fucking wealthy. Then you have your knights, who are the cops. Okay? They protect them. And then you have your peasants down at the bottom, like your neighbors. Okay? And they get paid to look the other way too. Now they're doing this passive aggressive behavior where they think that you're part of the gang. Well, no, not part of the gang. I don't sit there in silence and watch someone get tortured with directed energy weapons. I speak out against it because it's a torture device. Your sun has been weaponized. Your moon has been weaponized. Everything on the earth has been weaponized. Everything. Schooling, banking, everything. Okay? It's a Luciferian bullshit, 33-degree Swiss Templar bullshit program. Okay? So I went out and about today, and there's this particular place that I like to ride my bike on, and I discovered it's a great place for all these drug distributors to meet. And in the shadows were cops, and they actually sit there. They actually sit there in the darkness and watch the transactions go by, because they're all implanted. The cops are implanted people. Okay? So they make sure that the transactions go through, and then these people, they take off. Okay? That's why most of these people are implanted. That's what it is. What's up with this implantation shit, the chipping, is because it's big business in the drug cart. See, George Bush and the gang, they all get their money from war and drugs. That's why they're wealthy. Okay? It's a reptilian based system. Okay? And that's what this whole thing is about. So people get paid in forms of gift cards, cash. They probably get like their house paid off, their rent paid off. They get paid whatever it is, you know. And like I said, they've taken this alien technology, and there's all patents for this shit. I'm not making any of this up. It's all patent. The information is out there, people. Because they're fallen angels, and fallen angels have to tell you what they're doing. I mean, all this shit's out there. Sun simulator's been patented. The moon simulator's got a patent. Your microwave hearing, V2K synthetic telepathy, all this shit was handed down to these people by the Greys. You know, just look at your dollar bill. In God we trust. Who do they trust? They trust Lucifer. He's a shape-shifting spider, people. You know? And he wants to launch you off into space, and you can go fly off into the space and go save other fucking planets, right? Why would you want to do that? You got problems down here. God only knows what kind of shit they've pulled on the other planets. They've brainwashed other cultures. Why the fuck would you want to clean that mess up? You don't want to clean that. We can't even clean our own mess up. You can't even straighten out your own cops, people. Because the cops look the other way. Oh yeah. Yeah. They do illegal search and seizures and all sorts of shit. Oh yeah. It's all Masonic. You know. Law of the land, law of the water. I didn't design the system. You know, remember, I'm not the one that's putting fucking chemtrails in the sky. I didn't design GMOs. I'm not the one that's fucking up the trees. So don't bark at me. You know, I went pelling, the guy was like, you know, and I'm like, dude, I'm not your friend because I know you're a gang stalker. You know, and they want to play this fucking mental illness. No, man, I got 8+ years of documentation of all you gang stalking motherfuckers doing this shit to me. I got 8 fucking years of video documentation of you fucking pricks, Swiss Templars, Rosicrucian fucks fucking with my life. And it started with Al Gore, Lindsey Graham, and your fucking Joe Biden, and Hillary Clinton, and V2K'ing me. So, put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it. Did you know when I was watching Dope Incorporated last night that they mix all this shit with gasoline? In other words, in order to make the paste for cocoa. Is it cocoa? The fuck? I think it's cocoa. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's cocoa. When they break down to make the paste, they add gasoline to these drugs, people. Fucking gasoline. So you're taking gasoline in your veins, people. Or snorting it, or wherever you're doing with it. Do you realize it? Yeah, I said watch Dope Incorporated. They're putting gasoline in the drugs. Shit that goes in your car. That's why I say, if you're a TI, you gotta be El Natural, man. As much as possible. Even these pharmaceutical drugs are deadly. People are dying more from pharmaceutical drugs than fucking dope. But it's just deadly. So today I figured out that the cops look the other way. Of course, it's nothing new, really, but it's drug money that is paying for all the gang stalking. I would say like 90% of it is the whole Colombian cartel, or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's drug money. Yeah. See, these Masons, I don't know what the fuck. They go into these meetings and shit, and, you know, they hijack your medical files. I know what they did to me. They hijacked my medical files, got a sample of somehow my blood or my saliva or whatever. Could have been from the dentist. Because I told you, Earth is a fallen planet and Lucifer runs the planet. He plays the double, plays Jesus too. And once you get that wrapped around your head, you're good to go. So, far as I'm concerned, I'd be happy with just making pancakes at some stupid job as long as I get a fucking implant out of my eye. I don't give a shit about your planet. I don't give a shit about your corruption. If you want to stick fentanyl up your fucking vein, go for it. I don't give a fuck about your problems anymore. You dragged me into this goddamn mess, you fuckers. I'm not gonna clean up your mess because I know that Swiss Templars create all fucking wars. On the Antifa, your fucking abortion problem. Look, people, if you don't know who you are, you're fucked. It's simple as that. If you don't realize what the fuck you are, walking down the street, you're just lost. That's all I can say. I don't go to these goddamn rallies. Why? Because it's just nothing, you know. What, you want to get beat up? All the cops are going to do is just arrest you or put you away in a detention center. That's all it is. You're dealing with a reptilian. You're dealing with a reptilian clan. 13 families. And they got their UFOs, and they got their fancy satellites, and they got their fucking jump room technology. And it's all a joke for us to like, oh, the war on drugs and da 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 da. Nah, man. It's a bullshit scam. I've seen these gang stalkers use jump room technology. I've seen it. They don't fool me. And they want to, you know, zap you off into fucking space. Well, I prefer to stay on this dumb rock for now. Why would I want to go anywhere else? I am the universe. It's just that they've attacked me, you know, physically, where I can't have organic dreams. They've blocked me. They've blocked everybody. But you know, if you got an implant, I guess they invert it, hit your pineal gland, and you go in fucking the la la land of the 4D shit. I don't know what the fuck. You have parties and shit. Fuck. I don't know. I've seen it once and twice, and that was enough for me. It's fucking disturbing, man. I've had it once or twice. Yeah, that's where everybody meets in the 4D, have their fucking meetings and shit, how they're gonna fuck everybody up on the 3D level, and there you go. That's where everybody meets Lucifer, and they have their parties and shit. Isn't that right, Swizzy? Yeah. Why would I want to participate in that shit? I want to have my own organic dreams. I don't need interference from fucking Lucifer. I don't need his permission. I told you how this shit works. They zap you in the pineal gland, invert it, and then you go into the 4D world when blah blah blah. Everybody has their goddamn parties, and I don't know. That's why I don't even do lizard news anymore, because I look at the news and I know it's all concocted. I know how they do it. They go into these cloning centers or something. What the fuck, you know? I don't know. Why would I want to participate? All of you hate me anyways. I get the dirtiest looks ever since I was a kid, so why the fuck would I want to join you guys? I don't. I don't give a fuck. You guys have your sex on your UFO and your sex down in the dumbs or where the fuck you... I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I want your fucking implant out of my eye. I want your shit out of my eye because I don't give a fuck about your planet. That's how serious I am. I want your goddamn fucking implant out of my eye, and I want my life back. And I want you to get the fuck away from me. We're done. You can do all your drug smuggling. I don't give a shit. Stay the fuck away from me. I'm going to repeat this again, Lucifer. I want my fucking implant out of my eye, and you can go fuck my neighbor. You got all the pussy you want. You go fucking do it. Leave me out of your fucking scheme of things. I don't give a shit. I already know the condition of this planet. It's fucking gone. I ain't gonna save your rock. I don't want to save your rock because I know you just squalor and look at her. She's trying to save the planet. I am not gonna save your planet. I'm gonna save me. Listen up. I want your fucking implant out.